Hey guys, my name is Ethan, this is Carberra. Welcome to the series where I teach you how to build a Discord.pub for your server. Today, we are going to be building an experience system. This is a system that will reward members for being active with XP and levels and stuff like that. So before we get into coding that, I want to show you the bits of the code that we've actually done already for the experience system to do other things. So if you remember when we, in episode 4, I think it was episode 4, we actually already built the table that our experience system will go into. We did this to test some other things that I need to do before. So as you can see, we have the user ID, we have the XP, we have the level, and the XP lock. In theory, you don't necessarily need the level one in there. We're going to have it in there anyway. But in theory, you could work out the level from the XP itself, which you do anyway, but it's just easier to access the level later on. So it's your call, you can have that or you can not have that. So make sure that this table is here. And in the welcome as well, we actually already did the system where if a member joins, they get added to the table. So that is here. You can go back to whatever episode that was. I don't know. If I remember, there will be a card at the top right corner with that video in, should you wish to watch it. But I will probably forget. So if I do forget, then tell me in the comments. Because I actually need to remember to do that. So those two things are done. We don't have a system for automatically updating the database on startup. We're going to be doing that next video. Today we're just going to be focusing on the actual basics behind the experience system. So we're going to be building a new cog, which is, I didn't actually do that before starting a video this time. So we're going to be doing it this way again. We need, what do we need? We don't, no, I'll just leave all those imports in for now. You can get rid of all this. And we have ourselves, oh, why didn't that work? We have ourselves an experience cog, which is just calling EXP because it's easier. So we have our cog set up, ready to go. So the first thing we need to do is we actually need to detect when a user sends a message. We've done this many times before, but we're going to have our cog.listener, listener async def on message self, whoops, self message, and if not message dot author dot bot, we are going to do a logic here. So we are going to await self dot process xp self and message. We don't know to pass self in actually. So we're going to set this to process the XP. This process XP is going to essentially just work out if a member deserves to get more XP, and if they do, then it will add it. So we're just going to do our own functions. So we're going to do process XP up here, and we're going to take self, and we're going to take the message. So the first thing we need to do is we need to check to see if our member has an XP lock on them. And what I mean by that is, if I go back here, this XP lock is, as you can see, a current timestamp. This is basically just what I call the XP rate limiter, so you can call it that as well. But the XP lock will essentially, it is a time in the future, and it is the next time a member can receive XP. So if they have received XP and they send a message before that time, they won't receive any more. If they send a message after that time, they will receive the XP, and this will be updated. So we need to do a check of that. So we could do XP lock equal, I can actually just get the XP and the level straight up, equals db.record, because we are getting a record. Select, we can pretty much select the wall, can't we? Oh, I suppose not. XP level, XP lock from, is it just EXP? I think it's just EXP, not EPX. Yes. EXP where user ID equals that. And we're going to pass in the message.author.id. So now we're going to say if, we actually need to import datetime and stuff. From datetime import datetime, and if XP we're actually going to need to convert our XP lock timestamp into a datetime object. We do datetime dot string pass time, and then we need to, I think this becomes the XP lock, and then we need to specify format. No, we don't need to do that at all. That's actually the wrong function. Well, it will work, but we can do from ISO, I think it's from ISO format. So this will convert XP lock into a datetime object using the ISO format. And we are going to say if that is greater than datetime.utc now, then they are viable to be earning XP. So we then need to add the XP. So we're going to say await self dot add XP self self message. We don't need to pass self. Why do I keep doing that? XP level. We're taking a bit of a break from Discord on programming, so I'm probably going to be just a little bit rusty, but thankfully I do have quite a bit of experience with this sort of stuff, so hopefully I'll be able to program something somewhat functional at least. Self.message XP and then level. So we actually need to now, well, work everything out. We need to add the XP. So the first thing we can do is we could do db.execute update. Actually, should we? Well, actually, wait. We actually need to do something else first. So XP to add is going to equal, and this is the amount of XP we're going to add to the user. So we need to go up to the top and from random import rand int, and then we're just going to simply add a random number between, I don't know, 3 and 10. That seems reasonable, or maybe 1 and 10. I don't know. You can decide what figures that you want. I'm actually going to do a bit more than that. I'm going to do between 10 and 20. I'm going to do between 10 and 20, I think. Cool. So I can db.execute update xp, no, update exp, set xp equals xp plus that, where user ID equals that, and then we can say message.author.id again, and then we're gonna I'm just trying to work out whether or not it's better to probably no, because we're going to be adding XP regardless of whether the level goes up or not. So we actually need to work out what level the member is going to be. So for that we need some sort of well, the way I like to do it is to have some sort of formula to determine what the level actually is. So it will take the XP and then it will divide the XP by some sort of thing, and the result of that equation will be their level. Now, in the original series, I used a linear system, which sucked. In practice, that was terrible. I knew it was terrible, but I did it for simplicity's sake. But I'm not going to do that to you this time. I'm going to quickly go and grab a tried and tested formula that I've been using for quite some time from a different bot, and I will get back to you. Alright, so I've got the system here. So, we are going to do if new level. I'm more or less just copying and pasting this, so bear with me. An int of XP plus XP add, because we need the new XP, and then we need to do that integers divided by 42, and then we need to do all that to the power of 0.55. Now again, you don't have to use this formula. This is just the formula that I have been using for years. Well, maybe not years, but maybe like a year. And it works quite well. Generally speaking, roughly 100,000 XP will get you to about level 110 or something, and it does exponentiate quite well in my opinion. So this is a good formula to use should you wish to use this formula. But again, of course, you don't have to. And I'm gifting it. I didn't originally want to gift you that, but I'm gifting that to you for the purposes. I'm sacrificing that bit of code for the purposes of the tutorial. And we need to see if that is greater than the current level. So we have the current level from here, and we need to see. So new level is the result of this formula. And you have the level. Actually, I will quickly go into the idle, and I will show you the results of the formula. Okay, so we're not actually going to use the idle for this, but what I wanted to do was show you the kind of conversions between the number of messages sent, the amount of XP a user is going to get, and the level they're going to be on afterwards. So if you run this, then theoretically there's going to be errors, because of course there is. Oh, we don't need the XP plus XP add in this example. This is basically running the formula. It's going to take a little while. There we go. So as you can see, these are, so the first number is the number of messages that the user sent. We actually need to do realistically that plus 1. So after one message, see in this case they receive 10 XP on level 0. So roughly about 58, maybe about 50 XP they get to level 1. Level 2 is somewhere around here, about 12 messages. Level 3 is about 23, and you come all the way down here, you get 14, 15, they hit 387 messages, about 5,000 XP, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, as you can see it keeps going up. By 1,000 messages they are at level 25, with about 15,000 XP, but you can see how it exponentiates. So if these figures look good to you, then go for it. I would actually recommend writing something like this real quick in Sublime and just messing around with this level number and see what you get, or even messing around with the numbers in here and see what works well for you, because you might want a system like Me6, which is a lot harsher. Me6 is a lot slower to level up than this, or you might want something a little bit quicker if you're maybe in a slightly less active server and you want to kind of subtly increase the activity. You can do something like this. It kind of depends on a number of factors about whether or not you want reward rolls, how harsh you want them to be, exactly the sort of numbers you want to be working with, you know that sort of thing. So this is a good little script to test that. I might include this in the repository. I just won't have it there. I might have it in the utils or something. I don't know. You'll be able to find it. I'll keep it. But yeah, we need to go back to here, and we actually need to program the rest of this. So that was a little diversion to kind of show you how to kind of work out these numbers. So if their new level is greater than level, then they have leveled up. And it doesn't matter how many times they level up, in the case that they randomly just level up a metric arse ton. I was going to say something else, but no, I remember I'm trying to keep this somewhat family friendly. Well, maybe not family friendly, but you know what I mean. I don't want to be swearing all over the place. So we need to actually get them to level up. So we need to then set the, db.execute update exp set level equals level. Also that reminds me of something. Oh, we need to do. Oh no, we don't actually want to do that there. Well, actually, we don't really need to do this if statement. Come to think of it, we can. Just set new level equals that, and then in this if statement, sorry, in this thing, just do it here. Set the level equals the new level, regardless of whether it's changed or not. Is that the most efficient way of doing it? I don't know. It's probably cheaper than than doing an if statement in Python. So you can have XP add here and then the new level. So what we're doing is we're passing the XP add here, so it's going to add the existing number of XP. You might want to, well, it's a round int, so that's probably not going to happen. But if you're working with real numbers, you'll probably want to do like a round. I think you can do like a round here, and that'll work. I use a system with that uses decimals instead of integers, so that's something you might need to work out if you're doing that. And you also set level here, and you say if the user ID equals that. And then if they have leveled, oh, we need to do that anyway, don't we? Yeah, we do actually need to do that anyway, but we can just do if new level is greater than level, because we need to actually check to see if we need to like send a message to say level up. So we can do await message.channel.send congrats thingamabob. I don't know. Congrats. It'll be message.author.mention if you wanted it. You reached new level 1000 separator formatting. So you could do this if you wanted the bot to reply to the previously sent message like Me6 does. However, if you want it to send it to a specific level up channel, that's actually pretty easy to do. So you can actually come down here, go self.level. I'm actually going to do this partially because I want to show off, and partially because I don't want people to get pissed off at the server when it starts just randomly leveling people up. Self.level up, or it could be like level up channel, equals self.bot.get channel, and then we just need to grab an ID, so I'm going to create another new channel. Level ups. Now we're just going to be that up here. There we go. When it takes its damn time, get the ID from there. Instead of doing message.channel, we can do self.levelup channel, and then it will send it there instead. So it keeps your channels clean, and it just moves them all into one place, which I think is a better system, really, than just having all these level up messages strewn around the place, because that gets very annoying very quickly. So we are going to launch our bot and see if there's any issues with it. There probably is. There's probably something I've forgotten to do. I'm also going to quickly check the database to make sure it's actually right. Because okay, so I am in there. One thing I will point out that will be fixed in the next video is that everyone won't be in the server yet because it's not actually adding everyone on boot, and it's only adding new members as they join the server. So right now you'll need a test account, preferably the one you've been testing with it the whole time, that is likely to have this record in here already. Again, we will be fixing that next episode, but I just wanted to get the basics of the experience system out of the way. And I've just realised I've actually forgotten something. I've forgotten to update the XP lock. But yeah, the point I'm trying to make is that you'll need to have this manual for now, and then we'll sort that out next time. But I need to... Goodness, that's not what I wanted to do at all. Where have we gone? I actually don't know where we've gone. I think... Is this the code for the REPL? Interesting. I don't know what file this is launched. Where are we? Okay, I think I fixed it now. I don't know what happened there. I hit something. I hit go to definition instead of kill, which means the bot is still running. So I need to go and turn off. That's never happened before. Yeah, it's still here. If that ever happens, go and do that. We need to set... Yeah, add XP. So we actually need to change the XP lock here. XP lock equals that, and then we need to go to the third value, and then we need to set datetime dot UTC now dot to ISO format. I'm pretty sure will work. I'm pretty confident that will work. Or maybe just passing in datetime.utc now will actually work, but I don't know. I don't remember, to be brutally honest with you. I normally use a utility to handle all this stuff, so actually doing it manually is a bit weird. But that should work now. So if we go into the database, as you can see, our XP lock at the moment is set for the 15th of June. Goodness. So if we do hello, an error occurred, fantastic. Cannot unpack editable. Oh yeah, because I'm not in the server. I'm not in the database. It's the test account that I need to do all this with, which is annoying. Should I have done the other video first? I don't know, maybe. But I wanted to get the basics of the experience system done before we go into like specifics of it. So I'll be back in a quick second once I've logged into its test account. Okay, so as you can see, I have my my test account up and open. I normally stick test account just in the browser because it's easier. But if I were to send, actually, is the bot on? The bot might not be on. The bot is not on. Okay, because I closed it because there's an error. So we go here and we say hello. We'll get no response, and that means it worked fine. So let's see. Well, we've actually got to wait for the database to update, which could be almost a minute. Give me half a minute or so. Oh, it didn't actually add anything. That's interesting. The errors have occurred because I'm sending messages elsewhere. So I should probably Yeah, I almost definitely did these videos in the wrong order, but oh well, you live and learn. I'm going to say and message.author.id double equals and then set that to my test account just so I don't completely break the bot. You will not want to do this. As you can see, it didn't actually update anything, which is interesting. So I don't quite know what happened there. Okay, so after a little bit of debugging, I've actually worked out what went wrong. There were a few things wrong, but what was causing the issue was that I had programmed line 18 backwards. Because datetime.utc now needs to be in the future, it needs to be greater than. So I literally got these two the wrong way around. That was on that was on me. I'd also misnamed some of the variables. So xp2add here, and I put xp_add. Sorry, I put xp_add instead of xp2add here, and xp_add instead of xp2add here, so make sure those are changed. And then this is ISO format, not to ISO format. I keep damn forgetting that because it's so awkward. But yeah, ignore these debugging messages. They were just here to make sure that everything was working okay, but it should now work. It was small things this time at least. There we go. So you can see these debug messages actually help us out a bit. So this is a current XP, current level, and the current XP lock time. XP to add was set to 17 and new level was set to 0. So when the database rolls over, which is going to be in a few seconds, you can see that we now have 17 XP and but we don't have a level. And then if we type again, it just adds the new. Oh, yes, because this needs to be. I've programmed this slightly wrong. We'll actually keep with this and use this as a test to test the level up, so we can actually see what happens there. Testing. Oh, here we go. So we got level up. So we got congratulations, XFRAP, you reached level 1. So you can see XP to add 15. So we got 45 XP, and that was enough to hit level 1. So we now have the level 1 message here. So you can see level 1, and it mentioned us and everything in the correct channel, which is pretty cool. Now we need to go back and actually set the XP lock properly, because this is setting it to the current time, which of course is useless to us. So we need to wrap this in brackets, and we need to do plus time delta seconds equals, and then however many seconds you want to wait. 60, I'm pretty sure it's the standard. But you can set it to whatever you want. You can set it to 10 seconds, you can set it to 5 minutes. It is your bot, you can do whatever you want with it. But this will create a datetime object that's 60 seconds in the future and install that in the database instead. So I'm actually kind of glad I had these debug messages because they've been helpful in explaining things. Testing, as you can see there, and then a new XP lock is now in effect, so we don't have the XP to add because we need to wait until 2058-34, and as you can see it's 57 odd. So that is a basic experience system in Python. As you can see, if we load this now, we didn't actually commit any of the changes. We didn't wait for it to commit, so we don't have any of the stuff. But of course, if you were to commit, then it would work. But that is an experience system in Discord.py. It's a very simple one. You can certainly make more complicated systems. In the next video, we will be automatically updating the database to accept everyone on boot. So it will add all the server members on boot, so it has all their records available, and it will set the default values and everything. We will do that next time. I appreciate that we probably should have done that first, but I did want to go over the basics of the experience system before screwing around with all this, technically speaking, more advanced stuff. But yeah, that brings us to the end of the video. If you liked it, then say hello down below. If you have any questions, then feel free to leave them down below as well, or you can join the Discord server using the link in the description. If you really like the video, consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads. And if you really like the video, then consider supporting me on Patreon. Of course, you don't have to, but it would be a really cool thing of you to do. With that in mind, I would like to thank Adam Dreyer, not Adam Dreyer, Jackster, and Shashank Barmidi. I apologise if I'm pronouncing the name correctly. For being my super patrons and pledging the highest tier. And I will see you next time where we talk about the stuff that I said before. So I'll see you then.